Yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, the talent is really amazing, man. I mean, you know, it really is. It's almost like they look for a niche. You know, a lot of times they look for a niche. They want to grab a guy that they can market. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
They're not just going to take some guy out of the blue and say, okay, we're going to make you the this that make you you need a gimmick. You know, that's the thing about wrestling that's tough, man. That people don't realize. You need a real good, solid gimmick, and you need kind of the best of both worlds. And they want a good physique, but they want a good gimmick, or you have to have such a good gimmick that you're unprecedented. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's really hard to find guys that are athletic, that are intelligent. Because a lot of these wrestlers got a bad rap. And a lot of them are very intelligent guys that go out there and remember a script in front of 20,000 people. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you got to be athletic and intelligent and have a gimmick and have all the above. And it's a hard profession, man, because a lot of guys will say this stuff. They don't get an off season. You know what I mean? Like a lot of teams, like football, and baseball, they have their off season and kind of rest up. The biggest thing with wrestling, and I feel bad, and a lot of these guys get a raw deal, is because there's no off season. You're going to be on your game 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 a year. And that's tough, man. You know what I mean?
I
to go out there,
do it.
Yeah, to go out there day in and day out and get beat up and just do it over and over and over again and have to work out while you're hurt and all in the traveling, and it's tough, man. I mean, I was fortunate enough that when I got into it at the time, you know, I resembled Buff Bagwell, which was kind of funny. I had the hair and the beard, and you know, they thought it was funny to, you know, to market that as a gimmick.
Right.
And you know, which I went with for a while, and you know, I think that was, God, what the hell was that? I think it was February of 2001, and me and my manager Peter Cowley went to Atlanta, Georgia, which was cool. And by the way, I can't thank Peter enough for all the support he gave me during that time, and the motivation he gave me to train like a champ. We trained at Luger's gym, we trained at Haney's gym, went down. This was in Atlanta, and went there for a scheduled meeting with Ernest Miller. Ernest Miller was the cat of WCW at that time, entering the WCW power plant. And we're going to build him a whole Buff Bagwell gimmick, you know, wrestling as his cousin.
Sure.
But, you know, as you know, WCW folded up in 2001, early in the spring of 2001. So, you know, it got to the point, man, it was March of 2001. I felt like I was being exploited by promoters, selling me as Buff's cousin. I said, the hell with it. I'm going to wrestle under my real name. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I'm gonna wrestle under John Quinlan and Shane O'Kane, the alias that Catalicas developed. Just be me. And we marketed the other thing. It was called the Irish Bad Boy, was the Shane O'Kane nickname used for the unmasked version of that character, with a finishing move called he's amazing, the spiked Irish caning, which is like a version of the reverse neck breaker. But one of the pro, you know, it was all cool, man. It was all entertainment. It was fun to do, and one of the pro wrestling theme songs that was used for me a few times, Shane O'Kane, was really cool. With the beginning of the song "Corn," shooting ladders, you know, those bagpipes.
Sure.
That are real, like the deep sound of bagpipes was really, really neat, and it was kind of gives you goosebumps when I come out to the crazy bagpipes. But it was all good, man. But like getting back to the extreme, it's tough, man. And I mean, even to do that stuff, after a while you say to yourself, man, you know, like The Rock, you know, he did it for a while, and then he probably said, I'm gonna go make some movies, you know. Because after a while, you take the bumps and over. That's why I respect these guys, man. They do it day in and day out, and it's amazing the things that they do on a daily basis. And it just, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I got to tell you, when I was in, they were trying to market me as like a Mankind type of guy.
You were telling me that, yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's really cool, yeah. So we could definitely relate to each other.
Yeah, I was a mysterious black from Area 51, and they would always try to find the most insane ways to beat the living crap out of me. And sometimes,
yeah, they could probably find many things in the wrestling world. That leaves the options wide open when you say that.
I mean, sometimes, you know, there were times I would step in the ring, and you know, like the time I lost, I had the Tri-State Heavyweight Championship, and I knew I was going to lose it that night. So but I didn't know how. And all of a sudden, I'm getting the crap beat out of me, and all of a sudden there's Indian midgets in the ring. And I didn't even see these guys. I didn't even see these guys backstage. I don't know what the.
That's hilarious, man. That's like unprecedented entertainment at its finest, right there.
Yeah. Well,
that is
when you don't know what's coming at you, and and all of a sudden you see midgets, you don't know if you just took a punch the wrong way or what.
That's funny, man. That really is, but yeah, I mean, I was fortunate at the time, and like I said, it all comes back to your website, with the lifting and the fitness, and this is why I'm so happy that you actually had me as your first interview, because it all comes back to fitness. And I was fortunate that fitness and that training and the regimen, all those guys in your site do, something I practice even to this day, that got me in a condition that someone was like, hey, man, why don't you go to wrestling school? If I wasn't training and I didn't have a good work ethic and I was, just kind of, just moping along, and I wouldn't have had the opportunity. If I didn't keep myself in shape and do all that stuff, I wouldn't be able to look back at the memories that I have now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
So I mean, that's kind of the foundation, man. And I remember, man, I had the privilege. There was a photographer. Her name is Sandra Kimball, and she was out of Massachusetts. She actually I did a wrestling photo shoot with her, a modeling photo shoot in the summer of 2000, and that was a pro wrestling themed outdoor photo shoot. And I was fortunate to have these opportunities because I kept myself in decent condition. Like I said, it all goes back to everything you preach on your site. Good nutrition and staying healthy and training right and consistency. And I'm fortunate to be able to still try to accomplish that. Today at age 35. I look back in summer of 2000. That was, it was like 10 years ago. I had a modeling shoot then, and it's cool. I just had a major modeling advertisement shoot this past St. Patrick's Day with Sandra as well. And just the fact that I could do that 10 years later, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
Like, wow, I was in a decent condition 10 years ago, but now I'm a dad, and I got 2 boys, but I can still get in good enough condition to actually do a shoot with her again. So it's kind of a personal accomplishment,
No, absolutely, especially on all that sleep deprivation.
Oh man, you have no idea. Yeah. I can't. My wife is excellent though. She's a great mom, and she's great with the kids. So it really helped me out tremendously. So I take my hat off to her all the time because I couldn't do it alone. She's an amazing person. But yeah, with the shoot, I mean, Sandra Kimball, she's an amazing photographer, and a nice person. And there's a couple agencies I'm going through now. Out in Massachusetts, a few modeling agencies that I'm hooked up with, and they'll send the photos that we just had to some marketing companies that want to use the likeness or use it for additional projects. That's really cool. But we always try to stay active as we go, man. And it's almost like you touched on a really good point earlier in the interview when you said, a lot of athletes can't let go. I remember when you said that. And you hit it on the head because you always seem like, I'll ride by a baseball field and I see these 18-year-old kids, and I'm like, I can do that. That was half my life ago.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like, man, I'll be 36. These kids are 18. It doesn't seem like 18 years ago I was playing ball as a kid.
And when you step out there when you're in your late 30s and 40s and you try to do some of these things, you realize sometimes you can sneeze and pull a back muscle. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
You said it 100%, man. You really did. That's why, with the modeling, I look back and, late summer, it was August of 2000, there was this Energy Bomb drink. It was a big drink in Boston called Energy Bomb, and I modeled for that. And that was a shoot done in a Boston nightclub. And, it's like, I was lucky enough in the late, 90s, 2001, the photographer come around to the gym and ask a lot of me and the guys to do these shoots. We were just doing it because it was fun, And, sports catalogs or these little, fitness features and stuff.